hope that doesn't.
What's up, everybody?
Hello.
We're another week, another episode.
Another week.
Welcome to another week of live videos with Frank and Tiffany, Carolina Crafted Homes. In case you don't know who we are, I'm Frank, this is Tiffany, and we are Carolina Crafted Homes, and we do real estate. So we help people buy, sell, invest, build, renovate, pretty much do the whole thing. So
One-stop shop.
One-stop shop.
Except for we don't manage short-term rentals, even though all of our clients ask us to. Only our own.
That's the number one thing that we get asked.
Yes.
Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
That's the number one question we get asked. Do you manage short-term rentals? We manage our own, but we don't manage them for other people. But
Frank has wanted to, but I put the kibosh on that.
It's tough because I feel like
there's not good options.
Yeah. I think that's just an underserved individuals who do a good job for others while they're managing their rental portfolio. That's unfortunate. I mean, I'd love to do it, but man, it's a monster.
Yeah. We got too much else going on. So, but today.
Yes, we won't get into that today.
We're talking about
beaches.
Different beaches.
Yes.
Because we have 60 miles of coastline here in the Grand Strand. So when clients call and they say, hey, I'm looking for a house or a condo or a vacation property or whatever it is. And then I say, well, is there a part of the beach that you are interested in? And you won't believe how many people have no idea. They're like, I don't know, just somewhere there in Myrtle Beach area. And I try to explain to them that over the 60 miles of coastline, every beach.
Wait, can you say that one more time? 16 or 60?
Okay, 60.
60 miles of coastline. Okay, just want to make sure.
And it's all wide and beautiful. But anyway, every beach leads into the next beach. So you might not know which one you're in, but they all have very specific identities. And I feel like people are drawn to a specific part of the coastline. So today we're going to talk about the differences all the way from Cherry Grove Beach, which is the most north beach that we have, which is actually part of North Myrtle, but we'll talk about that. And we're going to go all the way down to Georgetown, which is the end of our coastline. So Frank, you want to kick us off?
So let's start with, well, first of all,
Cherry Grove.
Yes. I want to know, while you're watching this, I'm going to put up the comments just so I can see. Where are you watching? Ed's on. Where are you watching from? And where is your favorite? If you've been here, what is your favorite beach and why? I would love to know. So you might be, if you're watching from somewhere else and you vacation here, I'd love to know. And even any interesting fun facts, this was a fun thing because we kind of went through and we know a lot about the beaches, but we don't know everything. And so some of you may have been vacationing here for 40 years. That was I've talked about this before. My family has vacationed in Ocean City, Maryland. They did that for, I don't even know, 60 years, 70 years. I mean, a long time.
A few generations, right?
A few generations. Yeah. So I know a lot of people do that in Myrtle Beach.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
So, and we'll talk about that a little bit, but if you tell us what place, what part of the beach you go to, what you like about it, if you know any fun facts, and I think it'd be fun to share. So welcome, Ed. Nice to have you on. Okay. So we're going to go through, as we go through this, we're going to talk about the vibe of each beach.
Yes.
I think a little bit, right? We're going to talk about who it might be best for, or at least just what we feel like the atmosphere is and, that kind of thing. Any fun facts we might have come up with. And we'll probably talk about a little bit about maybe a local tip.
And prices.
What's that?
Prices, because they do vary between the beach towns.
Yeah.
And like short-term rental restrictions, because those do vary as well. Okay. We've kind of touched on that before, but
yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, let's dive in.
So,
because we got a lot of beaches to talk about.
Yeah. There's like 15. Really? All right.
Okay.
Cherry Grove, first on the list.
Which is actually North Myrtle Beach.
Actually, North
just
Myrtle.
a section of North Myrtle Beach.
Mm-hmm. And of course, in case anybody's wondering, Frank's got his notes. So
yes, that's his notes.
Quiet, classic.
I'd say
right?
it's one of the most quiet parts of the beach. There's not much going on up there.
It's would you say it's your typical classic small beach town?
Yeah.
I feel like it has that vibe. Of all the beaches, it's one of, I can think of another one we'll talk about. Very quiet, quaint beach, old raised beach homes, that kind of thing.
It feels more like Holden Beach, like the Brunswick County beaches in North Carolina, kind of part of the Outer Banks. It has more of that feeling to it with the look of the houses. And it's just quiet. The beach, it has a lot of channels. It's actually a peninsula. So once you get to the point in Cherry Grove Beach, you can't go any further. You can't get into North Carolina. You have to go back through Little River and then to North Carolina. So it's surrounded by water, but we've talked about this before, that leads to some flooding during heavy storms, king tides. And that's why you're going to see that most of the properties, condo buildings, and single family homes are built on stilts in much of the Cherry Grove Beach area.
I am a fan of the older beach towns. You know, I just like that. I like the old, quaint beach towns. I love that. The smaller homes, the raised beach homes, not the fancy. I do like fancy stuff on the beach, but I'm a bigger fan of the older stuff. That's just me.
I don't like that. We have this disagreement all the time because I want to be where like everything is happening and things are fun and going on, and he wants to be in the quiet section. So
yeah, not like super quiet. You can go to the busier part, but I don't want to be
like, it's just a little bit of a drive. Just a little bit of a drive, probably 30 minutes to get to Barefoot Landing.
But it depends on what you think is busy. Your idea busy and my idea busy are different. So you might think, oh, I want to be in the heart of everything, right where the Ferris wheel is. And I'm thinking,
well, I don't want to be in the Ferris wheel.
I can go to Main Street on Myrtle Beach, which is not really a big deal.
But we're going to talk about where Main Street is because Main Street's not in Cherry Grove. But
let's talk
there
about
are some shops on Sea Mountain Highway which lead you into Cherry Grove Beach.
Yeah. Cherry Grove has a fishing pier. That's really what
it's one of the
I'm
famous
excited about
sites there. And it did get knocked down, a little portion of it. 4 years ago? Ian, maybe?
I don't know. I don't remember. That's the one. Yeah, I don't remember.
So Prince Resort is right basically behind the pier. So if you're looking for a condo building that is right on the pier and you love that, go downstairs and go to the restaurant there, fish off the pier, that is a good resort to consider. And it's a little bit one of the newer resorts on the beach. So
100%. Ed, I like it. Golden Mile is very private and convenient. Don't ruin it.
We're going to talk about
You're getting ahead of us. What the heck?
I love the Golden Mile. All right. That's a good point.
Yes. Golden Mile is a good area. Cherry Grove, for those of you that don't know, I think there was a record broken for a tiger shark decades ago at Cherry Grove Fishing Pier.
Yeah, that was caught off of the pier. I don't know if I want to know.
Yeah, you don't want to know. You don't want to know. Never mind. That didn't happen.
I don't know.
Let's pretend like that didn't happen.
Know?
You got to remember who you're talking to here. Tiffany won't get in the water if she can't see the bottom. So,
no.
Hey, and you know what? Since we talk about water that's clear and you can see through, let me make a comment for all my haters on TikTok. I made a comment about the Caribbean water, Myrtle Beach water looking like the Caribbean sometimes. Might as well talk about it on the live.
It's still ongoing.
It's
the
still
conversation
ongoing. We're not going to stop. Yes, that's what I love about it.
So right under Cherry Grove Beach is what beach, Frank?
What do you mean?
Like the next beach. We're going to move south.
You got North Myrtle Beach. You got,
Ocean Drive.
Ocean Drive. Thank you. But that's not, it's Cherry Grove Beach. Switch to Ocean Drive. Switch to North Myrtle. Windy Hill.
Well, it's all part of North Myrtle. So Ocean Drive is the part of North Myrtle Beach that you're going to find Main Street in. That's the part if you're coming off of Highway 31, you drive right into Ocean Drive section. And there's a lot of retail, restaurants, Main Street. So it's great to park in that area, walk on Main Street. There's a big public parking access point there at the end of the street. So one of the big draws. They always do parades for Christmas and different holidays, but a huge draw on Main Street that is gigantic. Do you know what I'm going to say?
I think so.
St. Patty's Day.
Oh, I wasn't going to say
is
that.
like crazy.
Okay.
St. Patty's Day, like they close off street. I mean, there's just people walking everywhere. It's crazy. That's where everybody wants to be, is Main Street. Arcadian section too, but Main Street if you're in North Myrtle Beach.
Yeah. You're talking about Ocean Drive in Cherry Grove.
No, I'm talking about North Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
The Ocean Drive section, which is south of Cherry Grove.
But you kind of skipped.
I'm confusing, Frank.
Shag dancing, and you missed some stuff.
But that's okay. Go ahead, sweetie. Because shag dancing started in Ocean Drive Beach at Fat Harold's.
Yep.
Beach.
Which we still have yet to go to.
But Frank's mom, every time she comes, she really wants to go there. So you need to take her there.
That's true. I want to go though and check it out. It's terrible that we haven't gone.
Carolina Shag originated there. There was a movie filmed that was famous back in the day. And Hudson just finished Cotillion, and they just were taught how to do shag. So it is big in our area and highly recommended if you're into dancing and everything, and you stay in that section or want to visit a different section of Myrtle Beach, North Myrtle Beach, then Ocean Drive, Fat Harold's is somewhere you might want to check out.
True. And there's a lot of little cool other things going on down there on Ocean Drive. With the ice cream and the shops and all that kind of stuff.
They have some clubs that stay open later. So if you want to, be up later than Frank and I, we go to bed at 9. But if you want
even
to
on vacation,
yeah, and be in the party scene, this
isn't like 3 a.m. club city stuff. This is more like,
well, they were allowed, and like they cracked down a little because they were open and kind of loud. People were upset, but there's a lot of beautiful beach homes in this section. There are some condo high-rise as well, but it is full of beautiful beach homes. And I'd say that North Myrtle Beach is the most lenient when it comes to allowing short-term rental properties off of the oceanfront. Pretty much off of
the oceanfront being the key.
Yeah, because a lot of other beaches have more restrictions than North Myrtle Beach. So you have to get your business license, you have to register it. But if it's not in an HOA that says you cannot do short-term rentals, then that city is really very friendly for homes being short-term rentals.
100%.
And so we find a lot of bachelor parties, weddings. They rent out these big homes that they can fit 20 people in the beach home, and it has a pool and everything. And so that is big in this part of the beach.
100%. And I think those are the big things about that area. And what's funny is you can't put a word on it. Like I can't put a word on or words on what the different feelings are, but you can, it is a different feeling as you go beach to beach, which is really what the cool thing is, as you go from all 15 beaches, you start in Cherry Grove and you drive all the way down. Each one does have a different feel. You can't quite put your finger on it. We're doing the best we can, but you can tell a difference.
Well, Cherry Grove, I always kind of explain it to people as, it's a place you get your groceries on the way in and then you just camp out. Like you might leave a couple times to go to Barefoot Landing one night or do something fun. But I mean, really you like to just be on the beach, be in a quiet part of town, be on the channel, and have a really relaxing vacation. I feel like that's that vibe in that area. Whereas you move a little south, like we're talking about, to Ocean Drive, and you have Main Street and bars and a lot more, going on. So, but it's still not crazy like downtown Myrtle Beach, but it's got a little more going on than Cherry Grove.
Sure. As you come down the beach, it kind of
gets busier.
It's like it's not that busy. And then you get down to Myrtle is like ground zero. And then it starts to get less busy again as you go the other way.
I'd say Surfside in Garden City are pretty busy, but let's keep going down the coastline to the next beach. So Crescent Beach and Windy Hill Beach are the next two, moving down South Ocean Boulevard in North Myrtle Beach.
And that's more residential.
Definitely residential, but on the oceanfront, you have the high rises. You do have a few of the like 2-story little condo buildings here and there mixed in with the homes. Not all the homes in this area are on stilts. There is a lot of them that are just on a crawl space or a slab foundation. I don't feel like we see the flooding as much in this part of the beach.
No, but I think, you can tell though too, when you're driving down, even in Myrtle, when you're driving down 17 and you're looking towards the beach, you can see the water because you're up higher.
Yes.
So a lot of areas aren't, completely level with the ocean. So I think that's obviously a big part of it.
Yeah. In Windy Hill Beach, there is a marsh that's near Barefoot Landing. And Barefoot Landing is a big attraction if you're not from here or you haven't visited. It's a really cool place to go.
It really is.
It is an all-in-one kind of entertainment complex that has tons of different restaurants. It has a really great playground for kids, arcade. It's on the Intracoastal Waterway, so you can pull your boat up. You have the Alabama Theater, so if you like entertainment, it shops, all kinds of different shops like you'd see at a sweatshirt shop, olive shop, all of these. And it's all around a marsh, which does have some alligators in it.
It's a lot of stuff for the kids to do, the families walking around. There's restaurants, all the things that Tiffany talked about. There's outdoor activities. There's a beer garden. There's a bar on the water. So it's just like an outdoor area if you want to walk around and shop and do all that stuff. And they have an amphitheater, not an amphitheater. That's a little bit much.
Like a
stage with like, they'll have music, not musicians,
live music,
like live music. Thank you.
And the cool thing is they provide lawn chairs. And so they have this green space and the stage and then the marsh behind. And you can just grab a chair, sit down, and you don't have to worry about lugging it there with you or if you're vacationing. I think that's so cool.
Well, the cool thing is right where they have the stage, across the way, they've got this ropes course that kids can be on. So the parents can be right there listening to music, ice cream shop, restaurants. Then you got the Intercoastal. You got all kinds of stuff going on right there.
Lulu's is what Frank's talking about. It's a restaurant. They have a gift shop there. They have outdoor activities kids can do while you're waiting to eat. They have the ropes course. They have an arcade. And
what's the Mexican place?
Lulu's is Jimmy Buffett's sister. So it's like that kind of vibe to it. The ice cream place?
No, the Mexican place.
The Mexican, Abuela. No,
is that Taco Lindo?
Yeah, Taco Mundo.
Taco Mundo. And then next to that is a new place that's like Hawaiian. What's that called?
It's called Big Chill Island House.
Big Chill Island House. Tiffany knows all the restaurant names. Okay. Crooked Hammock is across the way. That's
we
a cool
love
place.
Crooked Hammock.
We go there. So just to give you an idea, people come from out of town, but we also like to just go there and hang out. There's a playground. We used to take Hudson there all the time. And I might have a drink. Tiffany and I might have a beer and just hang out and watch Hudson play.
Well, they have a little beer cart right by the playground. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but and then they have a little bar, like Frank said, in the water. And we actually own a condo in Windy Hill Beach, and we chose that location because it just has so much fun going on for families. And you also have, we did the video on this North Beach plantation, which looks like the Atlantis, the oceanfront towers there.
It does.
Which is kind of a huge attraction when you come into the North Myrtle Beach area. And it's got a spa, a really nice steakhouse, that kind of thing. So a lot going on, but a different vibe than Main Street.
For sure. We had a comment. I was just breaking real quick. I've never heard about all the different beaches from Diana. Diana saying, hey, I've never heard about all the beaches. So welcome. Thank you for joining the live. Love you, Mom.
Yeah.
So you're right. It doesn't have that vibe. I think that, for being really busy and a main thoroughfare with all the stuff around Barefoot. And then you have like right there on the main road, Cracker Barrel. What's the Alligator Adventure place?
Alligator Adventure.
Duplin Winery. Is it Duplin?
Duplin
Duplin
which
Winery.
You can do wine tasting. It's live music. There's House of Blues. So, I mean, it's all the like people from the 90s singers that I love that like go there now to House of Blues and play. But there's some really cool.
The House of Blues is always fun.
Bands.
But you have all these, there's a lot. If you are interested in being right by there, she said, we have a condo right across the street, but any of those over there, you can walk over to Barefoot. I mean, you got to cross the major road, but other than that, it's not that big a deal. We've done it.
Yeah.
Crosswalk and all that.
They have Starbucks there. I mean, but it's the most south part of North Myrtle Beach before you hit Myrtle Beach. Well, it actually turns into the county technically during Briarcliff Acres is next to where the outlet malls are.
Yes.
And then, so that's kind of out of any town technically, but Windy Hill Beach is the most south section of North Myrtle Beach. So when you hear Windy Hill Beach, Crescent Beach, Ocean Drive Beach, Cherry Grove Beach, people think those are towns. They're not. They are part of North Myrtle Beach, which is actually, fun fact, the home of Vanna White.
And the most important piece of information tonight.
Of course. So I didn't want to leave North Myrtle Beach without saying that. So,
yeah.
You know?
Well, you hit it. You got it.
So now let's go down to the Arcadian section, which
Arcadian section.
So there's a Facebook page called the Shore Drive Mafia. People are diehard fans of the Arcadian section. Like, it is just, if you go there and you like it, those people will never stay anywhere else. I mean, I think some of the people that are most stuck in a certain area. Don't you think?
I think they're the most vocal. I don't know that they're the most, like, I think they're most vocal. They take their
section seriously.
They take their section seriously. What would you say the vibe is?
The vibe is more of a...
We put down like upscale between Myrtle and
Well,
North
it
Myrtle.
is upscale. Like Briarcliff Acres is a very nice upscale little area of town. I
do like Briarcliff Acres.
It's very woodsy.
It's very woodsy, but it's like, I would say, to me, it feels old school Myrtle Beach. When I think of Myrtle Beach back in the day, that's what I think of. But I like those. I love that. But that's not,
so you can't rent a home in Briarcliff Acres. That is private residences. It's just
just nice homes though in there. Yeah.
Kind of thing. But we're moving south of that to the Arcadian section, which is behind where the outlet mall is. So you have Kingston Plantation down there. An exciting new project that's coming to town, because we haven't really had a lot of brand new condo buildings that are for sale.
Yep.
We have the Yachtsman, which is being a conversion, but not a brand new hotel. So Margaritaville will be in the Arcadian section. It is not direct oceanfront. It's just up the street, but everybody's really excited about this project coming to town. It took, I know, years to make that happen. And
it's really interesting. We really don't have new condo buildings. Like, that's just not a thing.
The only thing since the Great Recession that they've been building on the oceanfront are hotel chains, which we used to not have. We used to not have any hotel chains. And now we've got the Marriotts, the Hiltons, like all of those, all up and down. Or some condo conversion projects where old condos are being taken over, renovated, and rebranded. So that has been a thing, but not a brand new condo hotel that you can purchase in. So that's an exciting option for you guys. It's something, if you want to rent through a front desk, that's highly recommended there, because I don't know, you'd be crazy if you didn't.
Yeah, it's also a really good location next to Tanger Outlets. You know, it's kind of like that sweet spot. And so there's a lot going on in that area. It's
in between. So a big attraction, kind of similar to Barefoot Landing we were discussing, and we'll talk more about it, is Broadway at the Beach. So I feel like the Arcadian section is in the middle of those. So if you want a vacation that's very convenient to the major attractions in our area, you don't have to drive far for any of those. Plus you have shopping right there. You have the Tanger outlet malls, but then in like other shopping centers and nightclub, a ton of stuff right there.
Yeah. You've also got the other way, but you've got the the Pirates Voyage and the Dolly Parton Theater
right after you leave the Arcadian section.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's right there
it's
too.
Not far away. So, you know,
like
it's really, you know, a really good central location. Not so much walkability, but close.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
You can
I think
walk
that's fair
to some things, but it's more low-rise buildings there. So there is a couple high-rise in the main Arcadian section, but it's a ton of the low-rise type condo buildings, 2 to 3 stories, and no elevators. And then you have some townhomes there. Now you will have the Margaritaville when that comes out of the ground. But there is an Irish pub right there.
Yes.
That is so Finnegan's.
Is it Finnegan's? I can't remember the name. Is that what it is?
And now you're getting me confused.
I thought it was say Finn. Why did I want to say Finn McCool?
Finn.
Is that right?
I don't know. You're getting me confused.
I can't remember.
It's right on the corner when you drive
escaping
in.
me. It's right there on the corner.
You cannot get parking anywhere near there on St. Patty's Day.
Oh my gosh, the place is busy.
Yeah, so that's a place you take your beach stuff from your condo, walk it down to the beach, because there's a lot of places not directly on the beach, but that are there that you vacation to. And most of that area in Arcadian section is rental friendly for short-term rentals. There are a couple of neighborhoods scattered in there that are very nice, and you cannot do vacation rentals on the homes. But on most of the condo buildings there, you can.
Correcto. Anything else on Arcadian section?
Well, Arcadian section is still technically outside of the city limits. So if you also want a place that's in the county only and you're not paying as much taxes, then you get a little bit of a break there as well. I think that's
good to mention.
Yeah.
So that brings us to centrally located in the Grand Strand.
Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle Beach.
But there's a lot of different parts of Myrtle Beach. It's kind of like North Myrtle Beach.
There are.
Where there's just different sections. So let's start at the northern part of Myrtle Beach, which is the Dunes Club area. That's where the hospital is. It's a ton of very luxurious communities. You're spending a lot of money in that section. There's gated communities, just beautiful, beautiful homes. And so, but you also have the Marriott timeshare building, which is a very nice one there. And
you've also got Grand Dunes.
Yeah, you've got Grand Dunes, which has the Ocean Club membership. So if you're part of the Grand Dunes properties, and none of them, you cannot rent any of those short term. So, but if you're looking for a home to live in that's in a very upscale area and has beach club access, Grand Dunes is a place you should look. There is a ton of different neighborhoods. It's not just one neighborhood. There's a ton of different neighborhoods spread out. But if you're part of that umbrella of Grand Dunes, you are a member of the Ocean Club, which is a beachfront club. And they have a restaurant there. They serve you at the pool. It's a very nice club. But next to that down the street is a very much more exclusive club, Frank, called
Dunes Club.
Dunes Club. So tell us about Dunes Club.
Dunes Club is a really nice neighborhood, older neighborhood, been around a long time in Myrtle Beach. It has a beautiful golf course. They now have, I think they just started, was it 2 years ago? The PGA Tour event. So they just started that, which is really cool for Dunes Club. It's the only private country club on the strip, I think. Is that Myrtle Beach, or is there?
No,
because you got Deborah. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was the only one. Okay, so
the only one in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, the only one in Myrtle Beach, and the clubhouse is on the ocean. It's very pretty, very pretty. So
you have to buy in to be part of it because it's an equity membership. It's the only one like that. You have to have referrals from other members. It's not just like you can go and sign up tomorrow. So it's kind of more of an exclusive club. But they are oceanfront. They have a pool. They have the golf course, like Frank said. They have a restaurant and tons of activities going on at all times. So again, that's not something you would buy as a short-term rental property. But if you want to live here,
if you lived here long term,
great place.
And then as you keep going down, let's see, what would be the next?
So the next, it's kind of starts where the Cabana section / Golden Mile of Myrtle Beach is. We'll kind of, that's a well-known part. I think Ed mentioned the Golden Mile as well. So the Cabana section, you have a stretch of beach where no homes are allowed, but there are cabanas. So people actually own a part of the sand, the beach.
So imagine having a beach. Well, not everybody that owns the beach home has the cabana section. So imagine a part of the beach where there are no homes, but when we say cabanas, it's like a small little home. So you don't even have, you might have a bathroom and an appliance, but it's just enough to be in and be sheltered, and you can see the ocean. Now it's conditioned, and that a lot of them.
Yeah, a lot of them are air conditioned, a bathroom.
it's like a very, very small little apartment on the beach. Yeah. So there's like, you might own that product or a little small area, and you can do certain things to it. But they
have your little section. Like some people put hammocks and little lights and trees and stuff.
And after COVID, price.
Oh, oh my gosh, a cabana is like $350,000. And here's the kicker.
Small.
Here's the kicker. You can't short-term rent it. There is a restriction against overnight stays in the cabanas. So you are not allowed to stay overnight in your cabana, even though you have a bathroom and kitchen. No.
Interesting. Don't do it.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be caught.
The police will get you.
Talking about restrictions on the short-term rentals like that, the Golden Mile, you cannot short-term rent unless you were grandfathered in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, and then
Myrtle Beach itself, the city has a lot of overlays where they restrict short-term rentals. So, for example, if you wanted a single-family home and you want to be able to rent it out while you're not using it, North Myrtle Beach is great for that. Mm-hmm. Even Surfside Beach has a lot of options. Myrtle Beach is more difficult. Most of the homes off the beach, you are not allowed to do a short-term rental. So most of the short-term rental properties are direct oceanfront in the Myrtle Beach area or across the street from the beach. And then if you're in an HOA that's still close to the ocean, they might restrict you as well. So you definitely need to make sure to check the regulations if you're thinking about a purchase in Myrtle Beach proper.
The Golden Mile, the best way to say it is it's Myrtle Beach without the chaos.
Yes. It's beautiful.
It's a fun place. It's the place you want to be, and you want to walk in the morning. Maybe your pet, and you want to look at the homes on the beach or the cabana section. It's a nice little stretch there, and there's some really cool, nice condo buildings there as well.
Yeah, Island Vista. We have a video on that
on our channel.
But it is an exclusive area, so we kind of refer to it also as the avenues. Mm-hmm. And it's just very, very nice homes along the avenues. They have all of these live oak trees, very woodsy.
Little parks, some parks,
a ton of parks in there. And again, you can't rent it short term. So it's just really a family, people living there, people second homes type area, but you're right there at the beach. 100%. And you can buy a cabana if it comes up and have all your stuff convenient for you at the beach.
Crazy stuff.
But yeah, they have very nice, the condo buildings that are there are very nice.
They are. Everybody always, when people stay there, they really love them.
I think Myrtle Beach gets a bad rap and people are like, oh, Myrtle, dirty Myrtle, murder beach, like all, all this stuff because they don't understand. Like there is so much more to the Myrtle Beach area than the boardwalk. That is a very, very small section. And that's why each part has their own vibe, even within the Myrtle Beach city limits.
It's like any place. You're not going to go to one place, stay in the same area, and then know it. You just won't. Yeah. So you got to go out and venture out. And there's a lot of beautiful parts to this area. And I just think it's unfortunate that people just go off of one little area where is the most heavily populated.
Yeah. I mean, again, we've said this before, but millions of people come in and out of Myrtle Beach. Millions
every season.
It's crazy amount of people. So obviously you're going to have some incidents happen when you have that many people in a small town.
And it's like millions in the fact that it's like close to 1 million a week.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of people. So
it's crazy. And so, but again, you can be in the Golden Mile and not even know anything's happening in the middle of the summer. It's really a great part of the beach. And then when you get past that area, you're really get to the start of the condo buildings about like 38th Avenue down. You have Sea Captain's house, and then you have the start of the high rises, which starts at the Caribbean. And that is North Ocean Boulevard. So that section, I would say, between 29th Avenue North, where the Caribbean starts, and 21st Avenue North, where the Breakers is, that is a more quiet part of the beach
for sure. In Myrtle.
Which is still high rises in Myrtle Beach proper by the convention center. So right up the street by the sports complex and right by Broadway at the beach, Top Golf. You have all of those right there. You
Pop Stroke.
Pop Stroke just opened. So Myrtle Beach actually is known for being like the putt-putt capital of the world.
Not just the golf capital, but the putt-putt capital.
It has so many putt-putt courses.
Yeah, it's got a lot. There's a lot to do right there. And that's one of the biggest draws that keeps us going year round. We've talked about this before. People think, oh, in season, the season here is very long, first of all, because winters aren't that bad. Although we are about to prep for some snow, maybe, but which is like a rare event. But for the most part, 2 months out of the year is about it. And even those, sometimes the convention center brings people in.
The sports complexes always got stuff going on.
So there's a lot that goes on here off season that brings people in.
Well, let's talk about Broadway at the beach since we're at this section of the beach, because Broadway really also, if you go inland, is between 21st and 29th Avenue North. It's that whole stretch. And it, again, is kind of like Barefoot Landing, where it's a big circle full of entertainment, restaurants, shopping, water there. It's a different feel of water, though. Barefoot Landing is marshy, and Broadway at the beach is more like open water, man-made water looking.
Yeah, and it's changed too. Both have been heavily redone in certain parts since we've lived here.
First, and then Broadway at the beach was like, wait a minute, we got to jump on board and be cool too.
I mean, it's we used to just go to Broadway at the beach a lot, and then we started going to Barefoot, and then if I'm being honest, I probably like Barefoot more.
I like them both because they both have different vibes.
I like them both, but I think I like Broadway. I mean, Barefoot more.
We spend so much time at Broadway because they have the Ripley's Aquarium there,
the Wonderworks
Museum, which is that big upside down house. And so Hudson, we had like season passes, and they have a little playground there, and
the Grand Prix is not far up the street from there.
Yeah,
and the Wax Museum.
Grand Prix, the Wax Museum.
They're like a couple blocks
Legends
away.
Theater.
Yes.
Then there's also a theater inside of Broadway at the beach now where they do different magic shows or concerts or things like that. They just totally redid a section of the where it used to be a movie theater and a putt-putt course. They ripped that out, and now it's like a Key West village.
Yes.
And it has a Starbucks. It has the Hangout, which is known for, they make you stand on your table. If it's like your birthday or something special going on, you can actually stand on your table. And they have a concert scene outside of that with a foam sprayer.
Oh my gosh.
So if you want your kids to be dirty, bring a towel, bring a change of clothes.
Not dirty. Hudson gets in the foam, then he gets in the sand pit, and then he's like covered head to toe with sand.
Would genius put a foam thing next to a sand pit for kids?
I don't know.
But they can't stay out of it. But it's so much fun for the kids, and then parents can have a drink or water, or Starbucks is right there, and watch the concert. So it's a really fun. They do fireworks every week during the summertime there, and they do Halloween trunk or treating, like all kinds of things are going on at Broadway at the beach. It's fun for everybody.
They've got the hibachi.
It's kind of like, would you say, a boardwalk off the beach?
It's a good way to say it. A boardwalk off the beach. It's outdoors again. So it's like shopping outdoors. Yeah. And it's a lot like the Barefoot, but they both do have different vibes. Totally, we like them both, and we can go there and just have fun and just kill time and be together as a family. And it's fun because we actually, when you live here and you work here, we always forget that we're in a resort area until we do something like that, which is actually frequent. But every time I go, I'm like, oh my gosh, all these people are here on vacation.
And I feel so blessed that we live here.
For sure. But I think that then when I go to other places, I'm like, oh, all these people live here. They must look at us like, what the heck?
But it is kind of nice when we vacation, because we're like, oh, well, we're going home still to a vacation town. So it's not so bad.
It's true.
We're going back to a beach town with so much going on.
Yeah.
We're so lucky. Like our office is like right by Broadway at the beach.
Yeah. We are very fortunate.
But we have ocean short-term rental properties in this section of the beach. We find it attractive year-round because of, like we said, the convention center, the sports complex, the Broadway at the beach, Top Golf, all Pop Stroke, which is Tiger Woods. If you don't know, it's Tiger Woods came up with this new really cool concept, kind of like a Top Golf.
Yeah.
For mini golf, for putt-putt golf. because you drink. It's like
yes.
cool
Oh, yes.
vibes.
In that way, yes. But it's not like you don't swing a club. It's actually putt-putt, but longer
it's like
holes.
the cooler
And
version.
It's got
of
fake
it.
sand traps and that kind of stuff. So it's fun. It is
Like
a good time.
Party music while you're going around, and they'll deliver your drink. So they have an app, and then you can order like a drink or cocktail or whatever, and they'll deliver it to the hole you're at.
That's true. Yeah.
So it's a cool thing to do if you're in the area. We highly recommend it. It's fun. At least check it out one night.
It is fun.
So let's go south of that.
I was going to say, we got to go to south part of Myrtle Beach.
So we're not still south because the boardwalk starts on North Ocean Boulevard, but towards the tail end of North Ocean.
Yeah, let's go from there all the way down to.
So let's do the boardwalk area. Which is most people's idea of, they think that's Myrtle Beach.
That's Myrtle Beach, which it is part of Myrtle Beach. But this is the area where it's the busiest. Yes. You get down to the boardwalk, you got the Ferris wheel, you got more restaurants on the boardwalk. And this is a nice area because you'll have restaurants on the boardwalk. And if you're on the beach, you go to the boardwalk, you can walk just down a little ways. One of our things we love to do, we just don't do it a lot, is we'll walk from one of our condos. We'll go on the beach. Yeah. We'll walk down the beach to like the pier. And if Hudson's with us, we don't go to a bar, but we'll go to like the arcade and just do things that you would do if you stay. It's fun.
Ice cream or
There's
a restaurant on the pier.
There's bars on the boardwalk that you can go to, and it's just fun. There's all kinds of stuff to do. It's just a casual, just chill day. So that's a great thing to do. But it's really nice to walk the beach. You got the pier, you got a restaurant at the end of the pier, which actually the food is good. We've never had a bad meal.
Like Art Burger Sushi Bar is a really good place on the boardwalk. The Chemist is just off the boardwalk, but it's really cool. Like high tech. What is that?
Not gastro, but like it's kind of like,
like they
dry ice and that kind of fun stuff.
Make like an egg look like an egg, but it's a dessert. I don't know how to describe that, but so more cool things are popping up here, and it's also part of the downtown arts district that they are working hard on for the last decade. And they just tore down at the pavilion. They just tore down the big zip line, and so they have big plans for that.
They put the brewery in.
They have a
Grand
brewery.
Strand Brewery is right across the street, so you could walk there.
They've revitalized downtown, which is just off the ocean. They're revitalizing that and bringing in some good restaurants and stores. But this is where, so a lot of people come to town for the Country Music Festival.
Oh, yeah.
It is a huge, huge event every year.
How many times have we been there?
None, because we used to go to Ocean City in June to celebrate Hudson's birthday. It was like every time, but our condos are always rented. And so it's right there in downtown Myrtle Beach at the pavilion is where they set up the concert stages. And that is a really fun event that we've got
so many
really
people.
Big names now coming.
We do.
To town, because it only started right when we moved
was a little with who is coming, but I think at the end of the day, it is cool when we do have bigger name artists coming. Lots of people.
For something that just started in like 2015 or something. It was like rainy.
And they didn't have, I think some people were disappointed with the names, but I think overall it's growing and we got big names coming.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
That might be something that
if you like country music, definitely something if you've never been to Myrtle Beach, it's a great reason to come.
It's in
and
June.
You love country music and concerts. So,
but the Fun in the Sun car show, if you're into classic cars, Jeep Jam, if you're into Jeeps, they drive on the beach too. And then they set up like obstacle courses you can go on. It's just off of the beach. You can see the beach from where they're at. And so those are really cool events in that area.
100%. And the Jeep Jam's fun just to go and watch. We go most years just to do it.
We love it.
Hudson
loves cars. So
he loves it.
So then just after the end of South Ocean Boulevard, you have the Market Common area, which is off the beach. But the beach, there's not really anything because it's the Myrtle Beach State Park.
Yep.
So you want to talk about what's at the state park?
I mean, just like it's normally you got the pier, you got a little shop inside, you buy your bait, you can little store with some snacks. We go there, you can cook out. There's places to cook out with your family. A lot of people are spending the weekend there. I've camped there with Hudson.
I said I will stay at home, but y'all go camping.
Yeah. We've camped out there a couple times.
We have hiked before and the spider was like this big.
Yeah.
So I was like, I am not camping there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But it's fun, and there's a lot of, it's just another beach, another part of the beach. So, but we like it. It's pretty cool, actually.
It's a easy place to park, and you can get a season pass. And so, but just past that, so we start Garden City Beach.
Yep.
And Surfside Beach. They kind of run into each other because they're smaller things, but both are well known for their piers.
100%. And Surfside just redid their pier.
Yes.
They just finished.
It was
like a year ago, last year, this year?
Finally, but it was like a big ordeal.
It was a big ordeal. Surfside
people thought they were taking too long.
Yes. But also, interestingly enough, Surfside, it was the first officially recognized autism-friendly travel destination. And so they have programs and training aimed at making vacation easier for families with autistic children.
Yes.
And I think that's pretty cool.
And Savannah's playground right north of that in Market Common, which is kind of in that area, is friendly. It's one of I think it was the first one in the state of South Carolina that came in as a playground. And we have that highlighted on our Market Common video if you want to know more about that. But Surfside, they have events and all kinds of things tailored to families with children with special needs. And that's a really special thing.
I agree.
There.
It also is, the vibe there is more like small town charm, family friendly.
Yeah.
Surfside,
like little beach homes, low rises.
Garden City is more like we say chill beach house vibes and fishing.
Yeah. The pier. But, so a few years ago, gosh, time's just going by so fast, but we had this crazy thing where
you're going to say the starfish.
The starfish came to town, but I'm not talking about like a starfish here and there. And it happened to be the most at Garden City Pier. So you could go, I might have posted a video years ago, but
thousands.
Literally you'd put your hands, I didn't even believe it. I had to go to see it. You'd put your hands in the ocean and scoop up tons of starfish. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. And Hudson was little at that point, and he thought it was so cool. We had such a blast.
It was pretty fun.
It was amazing.
And that's, those are the times that I think are really special living at the beach. That's why we did it. Yeah. So people are always like, what's it like living at the beach? And because you work there. But when you can just stop, go to the beach in the middle of a day or a weekend or whatever, which we don't do a lot because we're working a lot, but when we can, we love it. And it's just like, wow, what an amazing day in the middle of all the craziness. And something like that happens, and it's such a neat experience. And anyway, I just think that's pretty cool. But
so that was cool. But so Surfside Beach does have rental restrictions in some parts, some streets. You cannot do short-term rentals. So I always say if there's a house here and a house here, you can't assume that both are able to do short-term rentals, because you might see a sign on this street, but this street can't. So it's something, they have a little town hall in Surfside Beach, and they do have a map of what is allowed in which sections, but that's something you want to check out before you finalize a purchase in that area.
That's a great reminder. You need to have a great real estate agent. We're right here. So
keep you out of trouble.
Yeah, you definitely want to make sure you know what you're doing if you're going to purchase or a property.
But Garden City Beaches, before we leave that area, is another one of the low-lying areas of town. So we have Cherry Grove Beach, which is really low-lying. King tides are affecting major storms, but Garden City Beach and parts of Surfside Beach as well. So just something to be aware of on that section.
I'm trying to think. The next one, I mean, really, mostly just classical. Garden City is just, raised beach houses again, just like we were talking about up on the northern side. But it's a great middle ground between.
But just past that is Myrtle's Inlet.
Yeah, Myrtle's Inlet. Yep.
So the prices the big draw for Myrtle's Inlet is
what's that?
The Marsh Walk.
Yeah, the Marsh Walk. The Marsh Walk is one of our favorite places.
We went there when we were first deciding to make an offer on our first property here. Frank and I, it was a beautiful day. We went to the Marsh Walk. We went to one of the bars on the marsh and had a Bloody Mary and some shrimp, peel and eat shrimp, and discussed our offer. So I always have a fond place for Myrtle's Inlet.
They've got a lot of restaurants on the marsh, Wicked Tuna. the Claw House,
A lot of really great,
a bunch of places. I can't remember them all. Yeah, Drunken Jacks.
But you can just walk to, and they have a little ice cream shop, and you just walk down. They have a pier. Would you go pier or what path into the water?
Like
I don't know what you call
boardwalk, mini pier boardwalk type thing.
And you can go far out. Water sports, kayaking. They have a pirate ship out of there. That's like a fun thing to do for a party or a little event. I think they have jet skis, paddle boarding. It's all the little low water. But you love to do in Myrtle's Inlet is go clamming.
Clamming, yeah. Well, I guess it is in that area. So you have to have a fishing license. Actually, right now, I think it goes from like October to March or something. I can't remember the dates. But you can go clamming, which is really fun. It's work, and you got to dig in the mud. But if you don't mind it and you like clams, it's fun. And I can't wait to I'd love to take Hudson this year. But
don't they have a size requirement? You can only keep ones of
like anything when you're fishing or hunting or anything, you have to make sure that your clams are a certain size. But that's all with your license. They'll tell you that. But yeah,
and they have a big oyster shell recycling center in Myrtle's Inlet.
That's where I go.
So you can.
No, don't tell them my secret spot.
Oh, I'm sorry. Always you like restaurants and stuff can, take their oyster shells there to this oyster shell.
People crab there and do all kinds of stuff.
But the beach, people say, oh, I want to be on the beach in Myrtle's Inlet. It's not really a beach. It's like an inlet. It's an inlet. So a lot of the fishing boats come there. And one of the fish stores was featured on the Today Show. Al Roker was there. And so it's something where you can go and just pick your raw fish and take it home and cook it, because all of the boats go out, they fish, and they come back to Myrtle's Inlet, bring all the fish in, and they use it at the restaurants and sell it at the store. So if you want fresh fish, Myrtle's Inlet is known as the seafood capital of South Carolina. So if you like seafood, a lot of people come to town and they ask us, where do I go to get great seafood?
All the time.
Don't go to a calabash place. Those are tourist traps. But go to Myrtle's Inlet, great fresh seafood.
And if you're in Myrtle Beach, you would do Mr. Fish.
One of our favorites.
Mr. Fish is great. We go there all the time in the beach. We just sit there outside and just eat. No big deal from the fish side. They don't have the restaurant side anymore, but
so but
all right.
past Myrtle's Inlet
is Litchfield.
Yeah, but we have to refer to this. What?
I'm just looking at
it's like giving
topics.
him a test.
I'm just looking at topics.
So Litchfield Beach. So first you pass, before you get to Litchfield Beach, you pass Brook Green Gardens.
Oh yeah.
Which is such an amazing place. You have to
Why are you looking at me like I'm supposed to know what's going on in your head?
I'm trying to test him on places in
what
town.
The heck? I have no idea.
Do y'all think he's passing or failing the test?
How long have we been married? It's been a long time. Let's just say that.
We've been together almost 20 years. So.
And I still haven't been able to figure out. So when she looks at me, there's no chance.
I think it almost gets worse every year. How's that possible?
I don't know what's going on here.
But so before you get to Litchfield Beach, you have Brook Green Gardens, which has the famous Nights of 1,000 Candles during
which is
the
super
winter.
Cool. It is really pretty.
But they have a zoo there. You can have a season pass. They have events all year round and exhibits, art exhibits. They have sculpture gardens, and it's really a whole day event to go to Brook Green Gardens. It's a really special place. So make sure to check that out if you're in the Myrtle's Inlet / Pawleys Island type area. That's a must see.
Well, you also can't skip the fact that they do Night of 1,000 Candles.
Yeah.
So Brook Green Gardens is really pretty, and there's a lot of cool stuff there. But one of the most popular times, and I've made posts about this, is when they do Night of 1,000 Candles and they drape lights from the live oaks, and they turn it all into this really amazing wonderland of lights, and it's super cool.
It's just, you can't really capture the magic of it on video. We try. People try to do it, but unless you're there, you just can't understand how magical of a night. So if you are visiting us during the holiday season, get your tickets early because they do sell out, and you have to pick a certain night to go. But it's a great time. So, but true. After you get there, we're in Litchfield Beach, Pawleys Island area, which is an upscale part of the beach. So, it's more quiet. There's not all
It
the
is
like
definitely more
Broadway
quiet.
at the beach, Barefoot Landing, outlet malls, Opry, you know, there's not any of that there. It's really a very laid back vibe.
We're getting into if your dream, you know, vacation is a peaceful one, this is starting that.
Yes.
So Litchfield and then Polly's and into Georgetown. So starting now, it starts to be that. There's still, though, you're not so far from shopping. There's still, you know, a lot on that road there from there down to.
And you can, there's shopping along the road and you can get to the marsh.
Good restaurants.
But don't you think that Litchfield Beach and Polly's Island is where you start to get that more Charleston feel?
Absolutely. So you'll see more live oak. You'll see more. It'll feel what I think they do well is they keep not restrictions, but they keep the standard.
Yes.
At a particular level, which is great. So meaning, if you've ever lived in a place in the United States, my parents actually live in a place like this in Ohio, where if you're going to put up a McDonald's, the McDonald's has to look this way.
Upscale McDonald's.
If you're going to so everything kind of has a theme. And I think that's where Litchfield Poly starts to take that vibe on. And I think that's cool because they're maintaining that character and that charm.
A lot of people get married down there at Litchfield Plantation or Polly's Island because you do have all of those beautiful live oaks. It's like the quintessential Southern town where you'd picture a Southern beach town. So Cherry Grove is quiet, but it's nothing like Polly's Island as far as the feel of it.
True.
It's like channels and fishing and stuff up there. Polly's Island is like Old South, like beautiful live oak trees, beautiful scenery all around. Like he said, even the shops, the buildings, the neighborhoods, they have really nice golf courses there. Some country clubs,
cool little neighborhoods.
It's a really cool, Huntington Beach State Park is down that way. And a lot of people get married there too. There is an Atalaya Castle there, which is a really cool thing. So you've got to make sure to check that out if you're staying in the Polly's Island, Litchfield Beach area. And it's one of the easier places if you're in that area to access the beach. Yeah. Because Polly's Island isn't as much easy beach access off of the island.
True.
But Huntington Beach State Park, you can also get a pass. And if you're part of the pass of Huntington Beach, you can get into Myrtle Beach State Park. Both passes work at both. So yes, thank you for that, Dominic. And that was a good point because I forgot to mention that.
Thanks, buddy. Good point.
Yeah.
Thanks
and then
for sharing.
One of our favorite places to go when we are down in Polly's Island is the hammock shops.
I like the hammock shops.
Yeah.
So, you know, you get into this habit of going to the same places. One place I also love that we'll talk about when we get to Polly's, but I'll wait.
I'm kind of Polly's Litchfield right now.
All right.
Because they're kind of like
Frank's Outback. I like that restaurant. So Frank's Outback. And I also like hammock shops where they have it's like a little woodsy courtyard with shops. They have biscuit there where you can get a burger, a really cool, different types of burgers, like, and then shakes with, you can even add some alcohol in them if you want. And so it's just a cool little spot.
It's not like Broadway
barbecue,
at the beach
some barbecue places down there.
Yeah.
Moe's Original and some other stuff.
But it's not like Broadway at the Beach or Barefoot Landing. It's not one of those big things. It's just like a little quaint shopping with you're like shopping inside of the live oak trees.
Yes. And it's small, cool. But it's cool. And there's some other good barbecue places over there. I just can't think of the names, but there's a lot of nice little stuff over there.
Yeah, it's a great
shops
place. If you're down in that area, you'll probably go there a lot. There's a lot of good restaurants in Polly's Island. Again, it's very residential there. The restrictions on short-term rentals in Polly's Island and Litchfield Beach are very high. So not very many places are allowed to do short-term rentals. Again, they're trying to keep that quiet residential beach feel, upscale residential beach feel. So if you're looking for a luxurious, upscale, quieter beach vacation or beach home or place to live, then Litchfield Beach and Polly's Island Beach are something you should definitely check out. You're still only 30 to 45 minutes to like the Myrtle Beach attractions. So you're not too far away, but you feel like you're in a different universe.
100%. There's no doubt. All right. So after we leave the laid back coastal living area of Polly's.
And Polly's Island actually has an island before we leave there.
Yeah.
Like You drive across the marsh onto the island, and
it's a couple miles long, 3 to 4 miles long.
Yeah, but they're known for free public parking there on Polly's Island. So if you
it's
want
the
to
most
go to the
historic
beach,
too.
yeah, it's amazing. It's a really cool place. It's one of the oldest like resort towns on the coast.
Mm-hmm.
And you have Deberdew right there between Polly's Island and Georgetown, which Frank had mentioned earlier.
I really like Deberdew. It's one of those places where you drive in and it's so naturey, but that's a terrible way to say it. But it's very naturistic.
We're creating words tonight.
Yes. But how long do you think Ted Turner owned a home in there?
Mm-hmm. It's well known.
That's the only person I know. But what? How far back is it? You drive?
Oh my gosh,
it's the longest drive to get back there.
Well, first of all, after Polly's Island, it turns into nothing but like trees.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're going, and then all of a sudden you can take a left into Deberdew, and it's a guard gate, highly secure neighborhood.
Very private.
Multi-million-dollar homes on the beach there. And they have a restaurant right on the ocean and a little club. And it's very exclusive.
It's cool.
Yes.
If at first I was like, but the more I go, the more I really like it over the years.
But it's like on its own. Like you go,
it is,
and stay there. But people, love it.
Those that know about it,
yeah. Yes. So
it's cool.
But you'll pass it if you're just driving from Polly's Island like to Charleston. You'll just pass it, not even think twice about it, and you won't understand what's back in there unless you go.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool part of the beach.
It is a really neat part.
So then you cross over
get to Georgetown,
the bridge into
Georgetown. Georgetown is a neat little place. There's been a lot of change in Georgetown recently.
Yeah,
a lot of things going on with the mill closing, and
there was a steel mill there.
On
the water, and there was a paper
plant
there as well. So it's kind of like what would you call it, like a mill town, like a worker, like
blue collar town. I don't know. I guess it's also got a nice little downtown, super tiny, but it's very cute and quaint. Not a lot of people. They've got some new things from what I've heard, because we haven't been there in a little while, but there's some new restaurants maybe there that we haven't tried.
They have a cute little boardwalk on the water.
It's a historic waterfront town, basically.
And there's some really old historic homes right there by the water, in between the ocean highway and the water. It's really cool towns or homes there.
Well, it's one of the oldest towns in South Carolina. It's got a ton of deep history. It's known for the harbor walk, shops, waterfront dining. It's a cute little place. We don't stay there half as much as we probably should, but it's a little bit of a hike. But
we sold kind of like a plantation there one year, and it actually had, this is to tell you the history of Georgetown. It actually had the original slave quarters, where they had like a kitchen on the property. It was so crazy, but it was it had the live oak trees, plantation home, but they have some really beautiful plantations there.
The trees are hundreds of years old.
It's really not far to Charleston.
No,
you're only like 45 minutes once you get past Georgetown, and you're like driving with no stoplights after Georgetown. You're just, until you get to Charleston, there's not really anything.
If you love history and boating and that type of feel, Georgetown is your jam.
Yeah, but there's not really a lot of tourism. I would say right now they might be trying to change that, but it's mostly people living there or second homes. I know some people are like, it's the suburbs of Charleston. It's a little far out, but I can see that. I mean, it's not that far out from Charleston, but more affordable. So anything else about Georgetown?
I don't think so. I think that's, there's probably more to say that we're not thinking of, but I think that's a good way to kind of sum up Georgetown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't mention this, but one of the crazy things, once you get, it's like almost like a hard line of alligators. Once you get past into like Merle's and then as you go more south,
Yeah, that's
you
true.
see alligators like literally every
All
time
the
I show a
time.
property.
It is true.
Every time I show a property in Pawleys Island, Litchfield Beach, sometimes in Myrtle Beach, but Georgetown for sure.
What would you say? That's like 25 minutes, 30 minutes from here to get to where the hard line is? Maybe 40?
Yeah, 30. Yeah. But
I'd
you'll
say
see
30.
them. I mean, any water, you have to just know that they're probably there. I showed a house in Georgetown a few months ago, and my client went out to the back porch and was like, whoa. And I was like, oh, you love the view. You know, it's pretty like pond and oak trees and stuff. And then I looked harder, and there was like, I'm not kidding, 10 humongous alligators like right there in the backyard, like sunning themselves right off of the water.
Wow.
I couldn't even believe I was.
It kind of gets you because in Myrtle, which is kind of funny. I mean, depends on where you are. Like Dunes Club has more there in that area. We have one in our backyard in our pond in the body of water behind us. Sometimes he's there.
They'll come off the waterway.
Yeah. But you don't see him much.
Yeah.
But as you move further south, then you start to see them more and they're bigger. And then you're like, oh yeah, it's kind of like a reminder. But when you're there all the time, you're like, whatever. Yeah. Now compared to Florida, fun fact, we have not even in the atmosphere of number of alligators compared to Florida. I think it's like 300 to thousands. So it's like way different.
But I mean, for our area, if you're like, hey, where do you see alligators often? Like, I'm like, yes, every time I go to Pawleys Island or Georgetown. Yeah. If there's water, most likely if it's during the day and the sun is out, you will see an alligator sunning itself. So have a fence if you have a little dog or keep them on a leash. Well,
and you said the best thing, like, look, this is really in all seriousness. If you come to anywhere south, and I say south, meaning below North Carolina is still there. They could be there, but you go any place south, you just have to assume that there is an alligator in the water. Just to be safe.
And they're not going around eating people. No, but there has been a couple incidents where people have actually been eaten in the last 10 years, like twice, I think.
Was it Florida? I don't know. Was it South Carolina? A couple here.
Somebody had mentioned it. I was like, nobody gets eaten. And literally the next weekend, a lady was like trying to rescue her dog. And anyway, but it just reminds you that even though we see sharks in the water, we see alligators, and they most of the time they're just minding their own business. But you still have to be aware because something could happen. Yeah. So you always just have to be aware.
You have to be aware. You have to be careful.
Yeah, people aren't like sitting here terrified at risk all the time.
I mean, we do have a good chunk of sharks. I mean, the water's warm.
Yeah,
you
can be in like this much water, and then a shark will swim past your ankle.
It's not like you see.
I'm not kidding.
Yes, but
I'm not even kidding.
Oh, so Tiffany's gonna scare everybody.
Some people like sharks.
Yeah, I guess. I don't think I would like to swim with them. Even though we did that not long ago. So okay.
Not here. That was not here. On a vacation.
Not here. Yeah.
And I did not swim with them. You and Hudson did.
Yeah. Let's recap quickly just the different beaches. So North End, quieter, Central, entertainment, South End, laid back in nature, right?
Okay.
Georgetown, historic low country charm.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. I'd be interested to know if you watch this later or if you're watching it now, what is your favorite area? I started the live that way. Yeah. What's your favorite area? Which beach do you like? What do you like about it? And, I think that's an interesting thing because everybody's going to have a different part that they like.
And that's why we highly recommend if you are thinking about a move to our area or a beach vacation home, come down. And if you really don't know what place and part of town you like, before you start looking everywhere, because there's so many options, you really should narrow down what section of the beach you are interested in, because it's really over an hour drive from Cherry Grove Beach down to Georgetown. Mm-hmm. Probably an hour and a half with traffic if you're starting at Cherry Grove Beach and to end in Georgetown. So we recommend that you just take time to tour, go to Main Street in North Myrtle Beach, go to Barefoot Landing, go to Broadway at the beach, go to the Merle's Inlet Marsh Walk, go to the state parks, go to the Pawleys Island hammock shops. Check out all the amazing things that each part of the beach offers. And I'm telling you, you will feel drawn to at least one part of the beach, and you're going to just be like, this is my vibe. You're just going to feel it. And there's no way to know until you experience it for yourself. So that would be the first step in your journey of moving to our area.
And the second step is once you decide, hey, you know what? I think I like this area. If you decide to buy or sell, if you're watching this and you live here, or build or renovate, think of us. Yeah. We're here to help. And I think that's what we enjoy most, is helping people go through that process, because we went through it. We were once you. So, we weren't from here. And so that was a transition for us. But I think you need someone to help guide you and help you through that process.
Definitely. But it's such a fun place to live, the Grand Strand. So we call and we have a video on this. Yes. What is the Grand Strand? Because you'll see that a lot around here.
Shout out to my dad.
Yeah, he was like, what's the Grand Strand? You keep using it in your videos. So we did a video on what is the Grand Strand, because it's a good question.
Yeah.
But the Grand Strand is a name given to these beaches we've discussed tonight. So when you hear the Grand Strand, that's what you can think of, the beaches that we just discussed. And they're all, like I said, they run one to the next, to the next, to the next, that you might not even know you're between them. So we just refer to them as the Grand Strand, and everybody knows what that means. And we didn't even talk about, so we were just talking about the beaches tonight. Our town has so much more than the beaches. We talked about Carolina Forest area yesterday. We have Conway, we have Loris, we have Aner, we have Longs. We have all of these areas off of the beach as well that have their vibes. They're just not on the coast.
That's right. And they all do just something different. So if you want new construction, or you want lots of land, or, you want the historic downtown feel of Conway, like there's so many different areas and so many different vibes. There's some really cool stuff. In fact, I was just talking today about a restaurant in Conway that I'm going to misquote what they won. It was a national pizza championship or something, big pizza championship. I don't know where it was or what it was.
And you're very particular about your pizza.
I am. So I'm excited to go there, Anto's. And so I'm excited to try it out.
Yeah, but maybe we'll do an off the beach.
Yeah, that might be a good thing to do.
If you are moving to the area, you don't just have to pick one of these beach towns. You'll probably pick somewhere and then vacation to one of those parts of the beach, because if you live in Socastee, you're going to go to that section of the beach, or Conway, you're going to go to Myrtle Beach. So it just depends on where you pick, but we can certainly talk about that too. But there's so much to offer here.
There is. And that reminds me also, if you have something that you want to know about, if you have a topic, each week we come up with the topics unless somebody wants us to do something specific. So we would love to provide content that you want to see or want to hear about. But we do get a lot of questions. So we base it off of the questions we get from our clients and people that, ask us on our YouTube channel, because we get a lot of requests. And so we just say, hey, if this is a question we're getting a lot, we're going to do a live video on it. So that's the whole point of this. You can ask us questions. We're going to give you the real answers. We want you to know what Myrtle Beach is really like and all up and down the Grand Strand. And so it's great for us too, because it's either a refresh our memory type of thing, or we're learning something. So
yeah.
Anything else?
Thanks. I'm just going to say thanks again if you're tuning in. We really appreciate your support, and we'll see you next week.
All right, everybody.
If we're not snowed in.
I don't think we will be, but we might get some snow.
Hudson wishes that we were snowed in. Yeah. Should you get Hudson to say hi real quick?
I don't know if he's.
I hear him walking from my office. He wanted to say hi to y'all this week.
Yeah, he was excited to talk about the beach.
Ask him to come over, make a little cameo. He'll be so disappointed if we leave without him being able to say hello. Oh, hey, Hudson. I was telling everybody that you wanted to say hello tonight. Come on in.
Tell everybody what you like about the beach in Myrtle Beach. Anything we missed before we get off?
Hello, everyone. I'm Hudson Herida. I am favorite streamer's son.
Why don't you tell everybody what you like about Myrtle Beach? What's your favorite thing about the beach?
About the beach, I like how it kind of connects you to the ocean, directly from land to the ocean, and especially oceanfront condos. You get a direct view of the ocean. And
what's your favorite thing to do at the beach?
My favorite thing to do at the beach is probably just swim in the water
with the sharks.
With the sharks. But we were talking about starfish earlier, and we didn't talk about all the sand castles we build, but we spend a lot of time in the water, don't we? In the walks.
Which one do you like better, Barefoot Landing or Broadway at the beach?
Oh, that's a hard one. Probably Broadway at the beach.
Oh,
Ah,
I know it's
okay.
hard to answer depending on your mood, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
cool.
So you recommend people live and vacation here, Hudson?
Yes, I very much do. It's really nice.
Great.
Well, from all of us
Yep.
and our family to yours, have a great night. And thanks again for watching.
We'll see everybody
Thank
next
you.
Thursday at 5. All right, everybody.
See ya.
Bye.